Regarding new policies of Canadian immigration after speech of Canadian Prime Minister, a lot of immigration analysts is telling about capping that number of migrants will reduce, number of students will reduce. But I think most significant point is not being explained in any social media platform. Even official media channels are not reporting. They are straightforward telling that Canada is cutting migration, Canada is deporting migrants, some migrants, and Canada is in mass deportation. So therefore, Canada is not in favor of mass migration. So after a Canadian Prime Minister's speech, because that was last hope of migrant, when Mark Miller was very angry about students, and when Mark Miller was giving very strict statements, even some statements were very not in favor of all migrants, like go back to your home country, especially students, and if you don't want to study here, go back to home country, you come here for study only. Still migrants were hoping that Canadian PM will make little a bit compensations for them, relaxation for them. But Canadian PM clearly took one side, and this angle is not one day decision. Technically, Canadian citizens were heat up in the last days, and he is also watching what is happening in UK and Australia. He is observing, especially opposition leaders motivated Canadian PM, and he is being criticized by different society members that even he was being criticized that migration policies in the past were not good. Even they are telling, even Canadian PM uh, even took a wrong decision. Now a right decision, it will not affect immigration of Canada much, because according to community, according to citizens of Canada, enough migrants already entered Canada, which are non genuine, which are not good for Canada, which are not professional, and they are just here not for work, for permanent residence. So Canadian PM did wrong policy of migration. That's the stance of opposition leader. And now one main point not being discussed here in the media, which I am telling now. And that point, when I will tell you, then you will be able to understand. Maximum number of the migrant who settle in PR, they use channel of visit visa, tourist visa, not student visa. Student visa, I still say genuine, because they study 3 year, 4 year, and they do laborious work 4 year, 5 year after, and they have given money to Canada as well in the form of huge fee, which is almost 5 times more than normal Canadian citizen. Even work permit holder, if express entry program, they wait for 1 year, 2 year. That is a real a slow processing channel by which they enter into Canada. But tourist visa is just decided within 20 to 25 days. And maximum, if you will compare that data, the maximum number of Canadian citizens, they were on tourist visa, because tourist visa is one of the better visa by which Canadian migrants has used this one, not for tourism. They use tourist visa to enter Canada, and after entering Canada, they gave money to the companies, and some companies are taking money as a bribery, and they giving a LIMIA approval letter, and after that they are working in Canada for 5 years and getting work permits. Now in this new policy, 100% Canada is showing a restraint that nobody will get the work permit from tourist visa. So this keyword, which is a very famous in YouTube, tourist visa to the work permit, is going to finish. Therefore, another point which is not being discussed, asylum applications will be very tight now in Canada, almost finished. So I think two main decisions which are not being discussed in the media regarding Canadian new migration policies, that will be announced in coming days, and then discussion will start. But I am telling you in advance, student capping, I will not weightage much, because students will keep coming, because genuine students will keep coming. Canada is not stopping students. Number of the students will always decrease. That was already decreasing in the past days as well, so no much difference. Skilled workers also keep going, but some skilled workers which are not required with the low wages, PM is telling, they will not invite. But most important, the tourist visa, that channel with maximum migrants, gets the permanent residency in Canada, they will not be able to enter Canada. So that is the biggest news in my mind, in my analysis. And 99.9% people who are from developing countries, they knew that work permit in their home country is very difficult to get from Canada. They knew that student visa is very difficult to get, and if they will get student visa, they will have to study for 2 to 3 years, and they need to pay almost 80,000 dollar, and then they will require work permit. So why not they do that thing directly without paying fee? So a consultant advised them to go for tourist visa, and they get tourist visa, and they convert their tourist visa to the work permit by giving money. They have links, consultant have links in the companies, and those companies are technically fake companies. They are not genuine companies. Fake companies in the sense they are registered with Limia, but they are fake companies in the sense they are not actually interviewing the people. They are just charging money, huge money, many $1,000 they are charging, and they are giving Limia approval letter. And then by this way, this is the channel the migrants were using. Canadian PM straightforward refused to give the work permit to the tourist visa holders, and also refused applications of asylum. These are the two biggest points not being discussed in social media, and I will further explain of the upcoming changes of the Canadian migration. Keep watching my channel, World Immigration News by Irfan, with analysis, counseling, prediction, suggestion, and consultancy. Thank you very much.